everyone and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you how to build a solo trap. Many have requested this video, so I think I need to do it. And since I picked the account Calvin19, my third account that is 100% free to play, you can see here, I decided that I need to talk because the research that I made is more than what you need, because I didn't start the account to make a trap and I didn't know that much about. So as you can see, there's much more than you need. You don't need all this stuff for solo trap. If you're too impatient, I think a bit of construction but not too much. Maybe level 1 is required in the beginning when you start, I'm not sure about it, but do the minimum. And of course don't touch defense, don't touch improved defense. So this you shouldn't do, this you shouldn't do, but military is important. So I should do what I did here. And take in mind that I'm castle 21, so if you want to do castle 25 solo trap, you should max this to 10. Siege attack level 9 is fine, don't need more. I guess it's okay because the extra might is pretty significant, you don't need it. So I say 890k, that's not few. And here have problem is that you cannot do it without defense. So it's up to you. You should do level 9, that for sure. You have to, I guess, for the rest. Here down here, Academy 22 is required, but try to do army attack level 9 and army HP level 9. And defense, I guess, level 8 is enough for the rest. Defense is the least important one here. You can save some might by not doing level 9 like on the others. And then monster hunting, also don't need to unlock level 4. You can just go for level 3 and do a little bit, maybe 1 level or 2, because level 3 monsters give better drops than level 2. You get like relocators, 24-hour shields, can be useful, and also you can get blue rare materials, but it's unlikely. Then improved military, there's also a part you need to do. You don't need to go as far. I think level 3 is the minimum. And what you need down here is, of course, in the talent 1, because you need to have set up for mixed talents. And also what I cannot unlock here, because I would need Academy 22, is a quick swap. You only need 1, not 2. 1 for your mixer, because IGG was nice and added construction and research quick swaps, so you can use these when baiting. 1 of those. Careful with research because you get the win cornered, and if you have it to upgrade it, it could be suspicious. So that would be it for the research. Wait. Familiars, that's important. You should unlock pack 3 like I did here. That's one you can take example of. Just level 5 to get pack 3. Pack 3 is important for the support skills. And familiar slots, I can't do 2, but if you can, I would definitely do the second. And maybe the third, if you have familiars for it. So let's move to the familiars. Trickster is important. As you can see, it gives 10% ranged attack if you max the astral support. It's pretty nice, 10%. And here, that's what I'm working on right now. That gives you holy stars. If you max it, you get 3 items every second day. That's pretty nice. For the labyrinth, getting ultra rares in there. Like, you currently have Chevrons. You can see Grim Orbs, Ancient Blueprints, Glowing Eyes, and Griffin Cores. But you can also get Turning Speeds, Energy, Barrel Chests, and even Brave Hearts. And well, of course, gems from the Labyrinth boss. And one thing that is good when you save gems sometimes is Kingdom Tycoon, but it's not where you should primarily use your gems, because you should keep gems for the bargain store and for other special events. And of course, talking about the familiars, pack 3 is pretty useful, like here. Gemming Gremlin gives gems. The Rhinoceros has cavalry attack. Now Paris is not really necessary, don't need that. Here, get energy back, and well, 3 T1 troops. The only useful ones for the solo trap is Siege, Ballista. That's good against Paris attacks enemies, and also it helps to kill the enemy siege to help prevent walkbacks. But it depends on how the opponent attacks, and if your wall is down, the enemy siege is always targeted last. And then you can see the Mole Shaman, infantry attack, and infirmary capacity. Both are useful, and this you might not need because you shouldn't research a wall, so the repair skill won't be really necessary. Then that's also nice if you can get it. You see I have 125 runes of Way Hops, because it gives army HP. Range defense is less necessary. Once you have done that, you can go for this. I probably will only upgrade it once I get this max, and that's after Elder. And Queen Bee, that is also good, you get range attack like the Trickstar. And Cavalry HP can be useful too, but I would do this one first. Like if Cavalry is the largest squad, Pack 5 damage will be reduced with more HP. And the Griffin for training speed is also nice. The talent is not the most useful for solo trap, because we would need to lose 10% of the whole army for it to activate. But if you're, for instance, sitting in ranged wedge, Trickstar is useful. Like the long shot helps you to boost your range if you're sitting in a range formation while trapping. The Evil Weevil is very good. I will do that next after Trickstar. That's giving you 15% army HP. And well, the Gargantua with cavalry attack here. It's also nice if you get it to adult at least. And the Goblin gives you gold. And the Frostwing has army attack. This I can upgrade still, see. And the Blackwing also gives army attack. Army HP with Fury, that's not really for solo trap, but if you are rally trapper can enter Fury, you can do that. And well, Bon Appetit with infantry attack. The coalition attack you don't really need. And that's mostly what you need for the familiars. And if you were to be an infantry front, you have also So if you were to be in an infantry front, you can use the jamming like the old way with the infantry phalanx. I wouldn't use that really nowadays because people are way stronger. That was the T1, T2 trap, but that's not really good now. And while you won't really need cavalry, because you won't sit in a cavalry formation, that's very bad against ranged. And that's for the familiars you need to use. Now the artifacts, let me open this free chest here. Okay, now what's useful is to go for the attack familiars, for the artifacts, I mean, especially this one, the collection bonus. You see it gives pretty significant attack, almost 7% of infantry and cavalry. And also ranged HP, that's also nice. And you don't really need battle fury ones. So I only upgrade those with attack or attack with leader. And in combination with HP it's also nice. Like here this defense, but this defense isn't really good, but it's better than nothing. And if you look at total stats, you can see 10.55% infantry attack, 11.52% cavalry attack. I don't have any normal range attack yet, but with leader I have 3%. Infantry and cavalry are more here in this account. And with battle fury it's not really useful here because you won't enter fury as trap. But also now an important thing, the troops composition. Now I have more T3 range than you would need because I went for the castle skin and I had to train 1.3 million T3 range for it, because for the hell ones it's way easier. You only need 2 million and you can do less T3 infantry and cavalry. I already have it. And here you need a bit more, you need like 2 million gladiators and 3 million rapid gliders, I would say. So you can use range wedge if you have it, would be ideal. And in that case you would set the range wedge. If they hit you with infantry, the extra cavalry will help you, and then cavalry HP from the Queen Bee familiar will be useful for you because we reduce the Pact 5 damage. Now T1 cavalry is good for Lord's Cup and for level 1 and level 2 darknests, and ballista catapults and fire trebuchets are good for preventing walkbacks. And well, T1 archers came from the familiar, but I shelter his troops in case I was going to trap, and have some wounded troops C2. And make sure you regularly trade resources here. You see there are often speed ups, and also there's a thing to mention, Aquarius gives you endurance for hero stages, you can get some speed ups with it as well. It's also good familiar, but Heavy Will is a bit better because of the Pact 5 damage that you reduce. And you can also do Pact 1 familiars that debuff the HP by 40%, like, let me see where it is, Terp Spike, for example, 40% infantry HP. You have two others, cavalry and for range. Now the gears and Chevrons. As you can see, I have the mix-up on here, and I have all attack Chevrons inside, no orders, and all are at least purple. I have some golds already, And here for the gears, the good thing is to use level 60 gears or level 40 or 35 primarily, like the lunar scimitar. And here I use some tassets. They could actually go to purple, but fortunately I don't have enough common materials for it. Still need a couple more. But since I have the stone tassets, I don't need the dragon talons. So I went for the dragon fist, and as you can see it's mythic. And I only need 4 more azurite for 10%. And you can see 31.6% army HP and 34.76 cavalry attack. It's pretty strong. So I'm not in talents right now, as you can see. So if you look, my base stats are lower because I'm cast 21, but still I have pretty high mix. And cavalry is pretty heavy because of the dragon fist and the Chevrons. Usually cavalry is lower, but in my case that can help against infantry pretty much. And well, army attack is low because of cast 21 again, also for army HP, but it's a bit better thanks to the dragon fist. And army defense is not that important. Like a good gears for the main hand are the Forcing Greatsword or the Skull Crusher. If you do the Skull Crusher, you shouldn't do the Burning Scroll. I did this, you can see what you could do. So you have to choose if you have the the Lost Island Relic at Mythic or the Burning Scroll. If you want the Skull Crusher, you can go for this, or maybe instead of Dragon Fist, if you have Winter Mitts, but you can see they're only blue, so it's pretty hard if you're not cast 25 to upgrade them, because I only get Griffin chests from daily quests. And another thing, the cup should do. As you can see, purple is quite durable, free to play, and have actually another purple there, but gold is pretty hard. For the Blight Ring, epic is easy, free to play, but gold needs much more time. I'm like at 2.5, slightly more, almost a third purple out of 7 there. But with the Extravaganza exchange event, it's doable. And well, for the helmet, the Bumble helm is the best one. As you can see, let's compare goals so you can see for both pretty easily. Army HP will be 50% here, and the attack is less too. For cavalry, it's 25%, infantry attack is 30%. And for the Bumble helm, you can see both are 20% attack, and army HP is 20%, so Bumble helm is the better pick. That's why I also went for it. And in here I have purple more than what I would need. And for the armor, the firewall plate is clearly the best one. And purple is not too hard, free to play. As you can see, I have a purple spear, but gold will be very hard. And for the boots, you can choose between the Storm Tassets or the Dragon Talons, and depends then, can't do Dragon Fist and Dragon Talons. You have to choose to focus on only one gear of every set. And well, in the meantime, you can use the Honeycomb chaps. You see I can upgrade them to gold now, but I couldn't when I did Storm Tassets, so it was very important I got this. And well, it's not the easiest for me neither to upgrade the Forcing Greatsword, but that was mostly what I could say. And well, range wedge you also need as 4th formation here, would be nice. You don't need all the wedges, but that jamming